Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there is no chance of electrocution. Also, be sure to turn off the water to your dishwasher. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the pump housing in a GE dishwasher. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a Phillips and a flathead screwdrivers, a 1/4" and 5/16" nut drivers, 5/8 open-ended wrench, 2 pair of pliers, rust remover, and some liquid soap. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new pump housing. The main reason why the pump housing would need to be replaced is if it cracks, causing a water leak, or water leaks through the drain valve shaft seal, destroying the shaft and the drain solenoid. Unlatch and open the door. Pull out the lower dish rack. Pull out the upper dish rack and using the flat blade screwdriver, push the locking tab out and remove the end cap that holds the upper dish rack. Repeat the procedure on the opposite side rail. Pull out the upper dish rack. Next, using the Phillips screwdriver, take out 2 screws that hold the dishwasher to the counter and close and latch the door. Put the towel in a plastic container under the shutter valve just in case of the water will leak down. And then using the 5/8 open-ended wrench, take off the water line. Then, using the 5/16" nut driver, loosen up the hose clamp and remove the drain hose from the air gap. Be careful, there is still some water inside the hose. Use a container or the towel. Check and adjust the legs if needed and pull out the dishwasher from under the counter. Lay the dishwasher on its back. Using the 1/4" nut driver, loosen up 2 top screws and take out 2 bottom screws. Then slide the access panel to the left to free it and remove the access panels. Using the flat blade screwdriver, remove the electrical plugs from the drain solenoid and from the motor. Be prepared to catch some water from the sump and the pump. Place a towel under the pump. Using the 1/4" nut driver, loosen up the clamp from the bypass hose. Slide the bypass hose off. Switch the nut driver to the 5/16" one and loosen up the sump clamp below the pump. Using the same nut driver, loosen up the clamp on the top of the pump. Take out the 5/16" mounting screw from the motor hanger. Now we can pull the pump and the motor assembly out. Use the opportunity to clean the sump from any debris left in there. But be careful, there could be sharp objects inside. Bring the pump motor assembly to a workable surface. Using the needle nose pliers, remove the return spring from the mounting bracket. Use the flat blade screwdriver to take off the drain arm retaining clip. Now when the drain arm is free, it can be removed together with the return spring. Take 2 Phillips screws out and remove the mounting bracket and solenoid. Now we need to disassemble the pump. Put a few drops of rust remover onto the end of the shaft. Hold the motor shaft with the pliers and using the needle nose pliers, unscrew the cutter, turning it counterclockwise. Place the 5/8" wrench, the same that we used before, onto its side on the suction ring and unscrew the ring, turning it clockwise. Use the flathead screwdriver to remove the retainer and the wear rings. Hold the motor shaft with the pliers again, and using the needle nose pliers, unscrew the impeller, turning it counterclockwise. To finally separate the pump housing from the motor, remove the 3 Phillips screws and slide the pump housing off the motor shaft. This is the old pump housing next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. At this point, we need to install the impeller and the seal kit into the new pump housing. To avoid water leaks, we highly recommend you to use a new impeller and seal kit part number WD19X10038 that you can get from appliancepartspros.com. Make sure the seat is clean, apply some liquid soap on the seal, and press it firmly into the seat. Put the motor and pump housing together and secure them with the 3 Phillips screws. Install the impeller, press it down and turn it clockwise. Hold the motor shaft with the pliers and tighten the impeller with the needle nose pliers. Place the wear ring in with the flange down. Place the retainer ring on the top of the wear ring with the prongs fitting in the cutouts in the wear ring. Install the suction ring by turning it counterclockwise. Use a 5/8" wrench to tighten it. Install the cutter with the flange facing down and turn it clockwise. Hold the motor shaft with the pliers and using the needle nose pliers, tighten the cutter. Install the drain solenoid and mounting bracket. Secure it with the 2 Phillips screws to the pump housing. Now we can install the drain arm and the spring, but first insert the plunger pin in the slot in the arm and then slide the drain arm onto the drain valve shaft. Using the needle nose pliers, install the return spring onto the bracket. Replace the retaining clip and lock it with the needle nose pliers. We are ready to reinstall the motor pump assembly. Slide the pump into the sump and the top openings. Slide the bypass hose on. Using the 5/16" nut driver, tighten the 2 clamps. Secure the motor hanger to the motor with a 5/16" screw. Tighten the bypass hose clamp using the 1/4" nut driver. Double check if the pump housing is attached correctly and the clamps are tight. Connect the motor and the drain solenoid power plugs. We can now remove the towel. Install the access panels. Secure them with a 1/4" nut driver. Place the dishwasher upright, thread the power cord, the water line, and the drain hose through the holes in the divider and slide the dishwasher in. Using the Phillips screwdriver, secure the dishwasher to the countertop with a couple of the screws. Let's manually thread on the water line onto the shadow valve and tighten using 5/8 open-ended wrench, and then we can take out the towel and the container. Connect the drain hose to the air gap and tighten the clamp with the 5/16" nut driver. Slide the upper dish rack in and lock both end caps. Slide in the lower dish rack assembly and close the door. Don't forget to latch it. Turn the water on, plug the dishwasher in, and make sure the motor runs and there's no leaks. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other repair videos available on our site, on Facebook, and on YouTube.